Watch this. Gonna make it difficult. Who's in it when you become spiritual? Gonna make it personal. Who's in it when you become factual? Hear this. It's just the living on the piano and the guitar. Don't forget about the two characters. It's just the living on the piano and the guitar. Don't tell them. Just say, don't you feel your manners? Don't disrespect your sister.
Hi, I'm Stella Winston. This is Straight Up. I'm here with Brother New. He is a percussionist, a musician, a man of many talents and of many musical experiences. And he's here to share with me on Straight Up his experience, his journey.
Boom, 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 boom.
Never knew how much I love you. Never knew how much I care. But when you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever. When you kiss me, fever. When you hold me tight, and fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. You give me fever. When you kiss me, fever. When you hold me tight, and fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever. That is something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing. Fever started long ago. You give me fever. When you kiss me, fever. When you hold me tight, and fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks were born to give you fever. Fahrenheit and centigrade, they give you fever. When you kiss them, fever. When you hold them tight, and fever in the morning, fever all through the night.
Was he a single dad, or
No, my mother and my father were married.
No, but
together.
you said it like he stopped playing to take care of you.
Well,
so he gave up
music to be a father.
Oh.
Instead of being out on the road, at that time in the 50s, it was a hell of a sacrifice, and he was going to the University of California. And when he got picked up with Duke, and then, he worked out a couple years with Duke, and then him and my mom got married.
Okay.
And then, here I was coming into the world. And after that, he said, I'm off the road. I'm done with this thing. I'll just teach my son to be a musician.
Was your mother musically inclined?
Well, my mother definitely was musical. She had a beautiful voice. My mother could sing really, really good. Mm-hmm. I remember the days of hearing her singing Aretha Franklin, with Aretha Franklin on loud, and she's cleaning the house and singing Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
But
so she had a Aretha Franklin type.
Oh, she was in that.
Wow.
Yeah, and her thing was blues. She loved the blues. They loved live music. I mean, when I grew up, I remember being in the presence of Tina Turner, and I could Tina Turner because Tina Turner was one of my aunts, good friend, my great aunts, my grandmother's sisters.
Oh, really?
Good friends, yeah.
Okay.
From Tennessee, Mississippi.
Really? What was Tina Turner like? was she like? What do you remember her?
What I remember about Tina Turner is that she was just so gorgeous to us all,
Really?
to everybody. I mean,
How old were you at that time?
I was during those times of the relation. Let me see. From about 6 years old is the first memory I remember from Tina Turner at my aunt's house.
Okay.
On 4th Street, you know, in Oklahoma City. And they were playing a place called the Trevas Club. And that was where they played all the time. And my first memory was that of Tina Turner and my aunt coming to the house together. And Tina was dressed so fat, you know. She wasn't like you know, she hadn't exploded into the universe yet.
Okay, she was still
It was
the unknown Tina Turner.
She was like the unknown Tina Turner.
Wow.
You know, and so as it built, and her and Ike, you know, I remember one tragic time, and they took Tina, you know, they basically took her because her and Ike were fighting. I remember that one fight, but I remember all of the rest of the time, even Ike, you know, at my aunt's house, you know, and they were all playing dominoes and it was like a family reunion, a party, and Grandma and Aunt Ida and everybody had been cooking, and you know, if we were all there and just hanging, all the men were drinking, and my Uncle Mac rolled up on the motors on his Harley Davidson with the big pouches and But I remember some beautiful times during those times because the biggest thing I remember is Tina Turner being the most incredible person the sweetest woman I ever knew.
Wow.
You know, outside my family members, you know, and all of my family, incredible women.
So your father played the trombone. Your mother, she was a singer.
In the choir.
Yeah, in the choir. Okay, so was music part of the family history? Was it like always a part of? You know. Does your brother play?
My brothers play. Both my brothers play saxophone.
Okay.
I started out on cornet. That was my first instrument.
Clarinet?
Cornet.
Cornet. Okay.
Cornet. It's a derivative of trumpet, basically. Okay. It's a solo trumpet. But cornet is more of a student horn. And at the time, you know, people like Louis Armstrong were playing cornet, you know, and Miles, because, you know, the older cats were playing cornet until they moved to trumpet, you know, but in the tradition of that.
So when your father passed, that was a big blow to you, and you left music for a while, or what
I can tell you, well, when my father passed, it was a very big blow to me. And I was looking for my guidance, you know, on what my next step in life was gonna be. I had just graduated high school, and, you know, I had like 11 scholarship offerings, and it's like, I was so confused. And my mom, she's like, well, you gotta make your own, you know, make your decision on it, because it's gonna be your life, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I was very confused. You know, so the last thing that my father had done was put me in electronics, enroll me in an electronic college, because he had said, son, I don't want you to play music. You know, music is hard. That's a hard road. Go become a doctor, become a lawyer, teach. But
he wanted you to have that regular income.
You know, he wanted me to be on a steady, like 9-to-5 basis, and I was completely rejecting that.
Okay. So you go in the military after, well, you didn't finish Oklahoma University. So what happens in the military? You still playing the music in the military?
I'm still playing the music. I was tops in blue.
Okay.
I was in the Air Force, United States Air Force, so they have this competition called Tops in Blue.
Okay.
And you have to go gradually, you know, from district, region, you know, all of that kind of thing. And so I won the base competition, I won the regional competition, you know, or the area competition, then a regional, and I was in Germany at this time in the Air Force, in Frankfurt, Rhein-Main Air Base.